Domo, Teku this. As promised, I've made some of my own single tricks and a 60-second run of the simple session map, and basically I've just put them all together, looped them a few times, and I'm just going to talk over them. So that's about it, let's get going. First off, would it be like a 270? Do a back tire tap and then a bar spin down on this little pillar here. I tried to do things I didn't see other people doing, but this was one, quite a lot of people use the pillar actually, so, you know, not the most original, which is why I put it at the start, but still, I think it worked out pretty nice, got a good solid hit. Next was a little bit more interesting, hitting that pillar there. You know, to be playing multiplayer as well, because it's at least in the background. You see, I curve to hit like the curve of the wall as well. Now, instead of going 90, I wanted to go over 90 and then back in, just because it seems a bit more cool. I also got really lucky on the landing as well, because it kind of like just hits that blue ramp, but he didn't bail, which was fortunate. Next one, yeah. Bit of an unusual gap, and also a real nightmare to get right, because he would not land on that thing or he'd go in a different direction. I wanted a bit of a smoother transition, if I wanted to be honest, but it took so long that I just kind of gave up on it. It's a bit frustrating. Yeah, there's a ton of ways it can go wrong. Still, not too bad in the end. What's this one? Yeah, I wanted to get some sort of tap on that thing, which is also really hard to do. If you get the right speed, you actually end up hitting it a lot. It's just you end up bailing most of the time. So it was just a case of doing it over and over until I got what I wanted. It felt like a fairly smooth landing as well. Kind of went off course at the end, but this one was also, I wanted to get on here and do something other than just going back down onto the quarter on the opposite side. And I do like wall ride stuff, so it's a bit longer than, I suppose it is still a single trick in a sense, but yeah, hit the wall, get some good speed going backwards, and then back in. Managed to get it fairly smooth. It's not actually too hard to do. When you do this manual, just lean back like you're doing a backflip, it'll hit the wall and you should bounce off, so you get to go into fakie. Try it out if you haven't done it before. Another weird one. That rail sticking up diagonally made me want to like do something off it, and I noticed the wall, that pillar was nearby, so this took quite a while. Like, it was more like the front peg or front wheel hit. It was kind of lucky, but got what I wanted. What was this one? Oh, I think it was just like a little bit of a transfer from the left side to the middle. And once you've got enough speed, you can actually get it pretty consistent, so I think I did it a few times in a row. Yeah. So not the most exciting of things, but still kind of a different transfer, which I didn't see anybody else do. I'm not sure if I'll loop this one again. Yeah. Not so much to see, to be fair. But just kind of challenging yourself to do stuff nobody else has done, or just different ways of connecting things. The more you have, the more freedom you have if you do a run or something like that. And in this case, it would be fairly consistent. You get to keep speed as well. You do have to be careful with the angle though, because he will try and bail. It's kind of a difficult one. But once you figure it out, it's not too bad. I'm not sure if I saw anybody wall ride off that, so this is like a really simple one in the end, but I felt like I got it fairly good. You also notice I'm doing like the back wheel manual thing to get extra speed. I guess it's a bug. It's one way of going faster than like the regular pedal speed. Oh yeah, transfer from there to the blue Red Bull curve thing, and then back to the Doritos thing. The second part was the hardest part, I think. Actually, it was all hard, if I'm being completely honest. Because usually you wouldn't make it, and the odd time you did, you'd get to that, and you'd like hit too hard at the bottom and not get enough speed to go back. So this was just like a good, perfect balance of both. Kind of hit this pretty good, keep enough speed. Could have gone a bit further, but I'll take it. Next was, yeah, these. There's two different ones I took. No lock on, no holding double triggers or anything to get a lock on. It's all just getting the angle right so he lands, which is always tricky. But when you get it right, like, it's pretty cool looking. At least Alice in the background doing similar stuff. This was the harder version, left, right. This took quite a lot of times as well. Like, yeah, anything that curves up like that, it makes me want to hit a wall or link to something else. Not so much grinding, because grinding is pretty hard, it just slows you down, but I just used the triggers both times, left trigger and right trigger from the wall to go back, and it just worked out, which was nice. What was this? Oh, I think this was the actual full run. So I got a pretty good run. And I was just like, I don't really want to do too much more of this. Wanted to do something interesting with like a whiplash hang 5. Include a bonk. Try to not duplicate tricks too much. And also I did my best to make sure I had something big for the end, which was not hitting it at like the curve like in the other one, because that was kind of lucky, honestly, and that was a minute. This is just kind of bonus stuff at the end, but surprisingly short, actually, a minute run. Like everybody else, I did like an over style thing. Nose valley on top of this. Don't do enough decades, and I like them, so I figured that would be something interesting to do there. Something tech on this stuff as well. Maybe a little bit like slow paced. It's not super non-stop or anything, but it is more my style, going all out. You know, including a bonk is very me. And at this point, all I want to do is make sure I have enough speed to get on top, so a little bit of a blank. Reasonable landing. To that. And again, I cased it a little bit on that blue thing. You can't really help it, but it didn't bail, so I didn't complain, to be honest. And I think that's it. Yeah. So that's about it, basically. I tried to get what I could. You can literally see the name of the file is just the date. Oh well. Yeah, wanted to do something myself, just so I'm not like critiquing other people's stuff and just sitting back and not doing anything effort-wise myself. Yeah, it was fun. Nice to see everybody else's things and then think, okay, what can I do that's a little bit different? Kind of like to do more stuff like this, but there's not really any contest. Maybe when Streets comes out, doing more of this would be pretty cool. If you haven't seen the other videos, there's one for everybody's single tricks and one for everybody's 60-second runs, which I kind of reviewed or just showed. Talks about interesting things in each run. So yeah, go check those out. And that's about it, I think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.